Hi everybody, Tim Knight here, obviously, and I'm going to do something I hardly ever do, which is have a chart with me floating around in the chart. It's just one chart I want to talk about because I think this was such an important week in the market and worthy of a few off-the-cuff thoughts, and it'll be really obvious this is off the cuff. I don't even have an outline or notes or anything. I just wanted to kind of briefly review this 1 week with this one thing, the ES. Even though I haven't traded futures literally for 15 years, this is still kind of the go-to chart to talk about regarding the market in general. And what's interesting to me, what struck me when I looked at this chart initially is, in your mind's eye, sort of take out your mental pair of scissors and chop off this portion here, and then chop off this portion here, and take all this and crumble it up and throw it on the floor. And this chart works really well without all of that. In other words, you know, the chart, we went down hard on Monday, climbed for a while, and then gently curved down. So this entire thing, which represents literally trillions of dollars in worldwide equity movement, was completely unnecessary. And I mean, how long did this take? It really began like Wednesday around 11 my time, and it really ended the next day by the morning. So we're talking about 20 hours of an utterly unnecessary excursus to the stratosphere and back again. And I am reminded of, I've mentioned this in the comment section, I was reminded of September 19, 2008. I remember it very well. I was sitting in my conference room at Profit with Lee Barba, the CEO of the company that bought us. And of course, the financial crisis was just bubbling at that point. And the good people of the federal government announced that short selling financial stocks was now illegal. It was banned. I mean, that shows how comically tilted the market is against bears to make. I mean, can you imagine buying Apple illegal? Boy, that'd be nice, but I mean, it's just absurd. And I don't know how long the rally lasted. It was explosive. It was gigantic. The Russell 2000 hit the highest level in human history on that news. I think it lasted 5 or 10 minutes. And then it didn't have an uptick for 5 months after that. It was all selling afterward, which was glorious. And this is a miniature version of that. I mean, they didn't do anything like then. I mean, apparently all the excitement was about Powell taking 75 basis point rise off the table, and that was enough. But it sure didn't last. But I really have to say that 2022 has felt completely different than all those painful years before. And it even in a way feels better than like 2000. Now, I wasn't as active a trader back in 2007, but it feels better than those days. This feels like it was made to be for the bears. That every element of the market is tilted in the bears' favor. And from time to time, like on Wednesday, you're going to get a violent, brutal, terrifying canard in the form of a massive equity rally, which in due time disappears. And you know, it's like the wisest saying never held among men is, "This too shall pass." And these days, the time required for passing is getting briefer and briefer. So I have tried to. I mean, if you look at Wednesday, if you look at the end of Wednesday, if you watch the Tasty Trade show and you listen to my words, I had no reason to be optimistic. I had no reason to offer words of support or encouragement, but I did. They were, you know, I felt rotten about what had happened that day, but I offered words of soothing comfort because deep down I still felt at peace of what was going to happen. And it all worked out. And we're only talking about a week here. Indeed, we're only talking about 2 days. You know, we have been massively exonerated Thursday and Friday. And they're fighting it every step of the way. They have been wet nursed and spoon-fed for 13 years. In a way, they've actually been wet nurses since been fed since 1987, however long back that is. But the egregious breastfeeding has taken place beginning 13 years ago, and then they cranked it up to 11 in March of 2020. So I say again that I believe we are at the beginning of a bear market so devastating and so sweeping that even I am not going to like it. It's going to be that bad that, I do not want the world that I've yearned for all these years, because the price to be paid is staggering. And unfortunately, us innocent souls who had nothing to do with this will suffer as well as those who did the wrongs. But between now and then, try to make some money along the way to provide some sort of financial cushion. But I will also say, and I don't mean to read too much into this, but the world is a symbol-filled place, and the May 9th Victory Day with Russia is, I believe, something that is regarded as greatly important, and something may happen between now, Friday, when I'm recording this, and Monday, to create a victory of some kind, which may be shocking. I'm not wanting this. I mean, if it's what I want a slow grinding bear market without nuclear war, if you don't mind. But I am just mentioning that it has long been known that May 9th is a big deal, and it's coming. So, setting that aside, I will close by saying that my sense is that next week we will see lower lows than we saw this week. And I haven't really tried to tease out what a good target price is. But I will say this one last thing. At last night, I was toying with the idea of doing a premium post about, how low can we go? And I got as far as the NASDAQ composite chart, and I did a measured move target, and it was so low that I wasn't comfortable sharing it. It seemed foolish to talk about the target that existed. It seemed like I was just asking for embarrassment and humiliation to be sharing such a devastatingly drastic, calamitous drop. So I kept it to myself. So I'll try to take more looks to see if there's something more plausible I could offer, but maybe my simple measure targets are right. Maybe the kinds of drops that are forthcoming are going to be earth-shattering. So anyway, it's a bear market. That pin-headed, overpaid, fatuous blob Kramer declared on March 23rd that the bear market's over. If I may say so, it's not. And this is an incredibly important year, both financially and politically, because it's going to set the stage for everything that happens in 2023 and 2024. So I think that's enough from me. I'll be doing other posts this weekend and maybe loading up on some premium content, because God bless them. They're the reason Slope exists. But I just want to make a general, free for everybody, fireside chat, like you guys like to call it, about what we've just experienced. So I will see you later. Bye-bye.